In a world far beyond the reach of even the world's richest billionaires, we find a select group of individuals whose wealth isn't just enormous, it's almost unbelievable. To them, owning castles, fleets of luxury vehicles, and even private zoos isn't dreams, but a reality. From Dubai's Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who takes living large to a whole new dimension, to Thailand's King Maha Vajiralongkorn, whose assets make billionaires look like they're playing with pocket change. These are the figures who redefine what it means to be rich. But what mind-boggling luxuries could possibly be left for the royalty who seemingly have it all? Stick around, and you might just find out who is the richest royal in the world and how they spend their unfathomable wealth. Without further ado, let's get started. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Dubai's current ruler, deserves a spot on this list. He enjoys luxury on another level. As the head of the family, he has married 6 times and has 23 grandchildren. And for all of them, nothing is ordinary. The 74-year-old Emirati politician is often known as one of the world's prominent property developers. He owns many enterprises such as Emirates Airline, DP World, and the Jumeirah Group. He is also the brains and the funding behind the Palm Islands, which is one of Dubai's landmarks. He also owns the Burj Al Arab Hotel and the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. He has built a residence for his family on an enormous estate known as Zabil Palace, and given that the family loves animals, their home features a private zoo, home to some exotic animals like tigers, lions, gorillas, and monkeys. If sources are correct, this property spans more than 15 hectares, and this is where the entire royal family lives. The Sheikh also has millions of properties everywhere, including the UK. The Sheikh and his family have everything you could imagine, such as yachts, private jets, and large mansions. This is just luxury on a whole new level, and they know how to keep it low-key. The Prince of Liechtenstein is said to have a net worth that is close to $8 billion. And well, he is considered the richest monarch and the wealthiest head of state. Among his wealth, he has an art collection that is mainly on display at the Liechtenstein Museum. In addition, he bears the titles Duke of Troppau and Count of Rietberg. He also owns the banking group LGT and had a personal fortune of $4 billion in 2013. But since then, it has continued to grow, and now he is one of the wealthiest royalties in the world. And even though most of his wealth is said to come from inheritance, he has still managed to get some for himself and live a lavish lifestyle. Considered the king of the poor, King Mohammed VI of Morocco is said to have immense wealth, with a net worth of about $8.2 billion. However, the kind of property that he owns is quite insane. It has been said that he owns residences in France and Gabon that are just as luxurious as his palaces in Morocco. There have also been reports that he owns a mansion near the Eiffel Tower in Paris, which he acquired in 2020. Besides being the king, he is also an astute businessman and banker. His family owns a majority stake in the Société Nationale d'Investissement, SNI, which has lots of businesses operating across industries like banking, mining, real estate, tourism, insurance, telecommunications, and more. Apart from that, he also owns lots of land all over the country. He has faced a lot of criticism for having all this wealth when his citizens are living less than average lives, but he is still on this list. Even though he passed away about a year ago, his legacy will live on as one of the longest-serving presidents of the UAE and the Emir of Abu Dhabi. However, most of his wealth came from being chairman of the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, which mainly manages the UAE's excess oil. This authority has a net worth of about $500 billion. Not only that, but his half-brother owns Manchester City at sea. The Emir knew how to live extravagantly when it came to a luxurious life. He owned a castle-like property in Spain, Ascot Place, the mansion near Queen Elizabeth's Windsor Castle, and other houses in London, such as Hamgate in Richmond Park. To top it off, he also traveled in a private Boeing 747 jumbo jet. This is a man whose legacy will live on and whose life was one of the best. Even though the King of Saudi Arabia is third on this list, it is a different story for his familial wealth. His entire family is said to have a net worth of more than $1 trillion. His family is the wealthiest in the world. And even though the Saudi monarch doesn't really hold an ornamental position like many others on this list, he has some great power and authority for generations on the oil peninsula. The main source of fortune for him and the family is oil and investments. However, the family is quite private about their wealth and possessions. They are so secret that nobody knows the king's net worth or even that of the crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman. The Saudi royal family owns many luxury cruise ships, the world's largest commercial plane, a Boeing 747-400, and many luxury cars. They even own some exquisite paintings, courtesy of the crown prince. Currently the longest-serving head of state and the monarch with the longest reign after Queen Elizabeth I, this monarch has managed to gather a net worth of close to $30 billion. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah was born on July 15, 1946, in Istana Darussalam, Brunei town. This was during the rule of his uncle, Sultan Ahmad Tajuddin. Since starting his reign in August 1968, the Sultan has grown his wealth in various ways, making him acquire a wealthy lifestyle and uber-luxurious possessions. His primary source of income is from oil reserves and natural gas. But what about his possessions? Let's just say that his most prized possession is the Istana Nurul Eman Palace, which was built in 1984. It has been recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest palace in the world, covering about 2 million square feet. However, what makes it stand out is that it has been embellished with 22-karat gold. The palace has 5 swimming pools, 257 baths, and more than 1,700 rooms. As though that wasn't enough, the property also has 200 horse barns with air conditioning and 110 garages. Some of his other possessions include a Boeing 747 worth about $400 million, with extras like a gold wash basin. He also has an extensive collection of rare automobiles, including a gold-plated Rolls-Royce. Undeniably, this sultan knows how to enjoy the maximum luxury. Even though he is 67, this royal has ruled Thailand since his father passed away in 2016. His wealth is so great that the Crown Property Bureau even looks after it. When you consider what he owns, together with his family, you will be shocked. They have more than 16,210 acres of land in Thailand, which is just the property we know of. Apart from that, they also have about 40,000 rental contracts nationwide. And of these 40,000 contracts, 17,000 of them are in the capital. The king has also gained wealth from his shares in the Siam Cement Group and Siam Commercial Bank. And as though that was not enough, the Thai king also has possession of the Golden Jubilee Diamond. If you know anything about diamonds, you know that this is the largest cut and faceted diamond in the world, and it is worth somewhere between $4 million and $12 million. With this kind of wealth, it goes without saying that he has an extravagant lifestyle. He is said to own about 38 aircraft, including 21 helicopters. These aircraft include some from Boeing, Airbus, and Sukhoi Superjet. He also has a fleet of cars, including more than 300 high-end vehicles such as limousines and Mercedes-Benzes. On water, he has a fleet of about 52 boats, all traveling with the royal yacht. And to make them stand out, these boats are adorned with gold carvings. Now, that's a way to spend a net worth of about $43 billion. So, what would you do if you had the unfathomable wealth of these royalties? Would you invest in further expanding your empire, or perhaps indulge in luxuries beyond imagination? Share your thoughts in the comments below. That's it. Leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Goodbye.